So hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very important chapter 7 of class 10, control and coordination. So see, we have different organs in our body. Different organs have different functions like breathing, of heart, digestion, metabolism, process, etc. So in order to function these functions and this movement smoothly in our body, we need some sort of systems providing control and coordination. So basically, these control and coordinations are the functions of the nervous systems and hormones in our bodies. So coordinations basically are of two types: hormonal coordination and nervous coordination. Hormonal coordinations involves hormones, and the nervous coordination involves electric impulse. Hormonal coordinations, it can be seen both in plants and animals, but nervous coordinations can only be seen in animals. So if we talk more precisely about hormonal coordinations, the other name of hormonal coordination is chemical coordination. So here hormones is used to transmit messages. Hormones are produced in one part of an organism, move to another part to achieve the desired functions. See, for example, every cells needs an information of how to grow and how much to grow. So all these are done by the hormones. Functions like growth can be performed very efficiently with the help of hormones, with the help of this such kind of hormonal coordinations. So now talking about the nervous coordination, here electric impulse plays the role. Electric impulse is used to transmit messages. It is a means of information transmission. It is only seen in animals, absent in plants. Comparative to the hormonal coordination, nervous coordination is faster. They are fast signaling. For example, I'm writing something. So my brain is saying to write. So such electrical impulse is going to the brain, and it is making information is giving from the brain to my hand that I have to write. So this is the example of how electrical impulses, how this nervous coordination is coordinated. So next is plants also show some sort of movements, basically of two types: tropic movements and nastic movements. So tropic movements means directional response to stimulus. The movement of the plant is in response to stimulus. For example, phototropism. See, for example, if we consider this as a plant, this is a plant and this is sunlight. The direction, the plant movement, it will grow which direction? Towards the direction of the sunlight. So this type of movement is called positive phototropism. And the roots are growing downside. So this type of movement is called negative phototropism. This means what? The movement of the plant is towards the direction of the light. Phototropism means movement due to light response. Movement due to light response. So like phototropism, we have geotropism. Then we have geotropism in response to gravity. Then we have hydrotropism in response to water. Then we have chemotropism in response to certain chemicals. And then we have thigmotropism. Thigmotropism is the movement due to response to touch. So these are the examples of tropic movements. Now nastic movements. Nastic movements are just opposite of tropic movements. These are non-directional response to stimulus. For example, shrinking of mimosa plant. Mimosa plant commonly mimosa plant is commonly called as touch me not plant. So what happens when you touch the plant? They begin to fold up and droop. So one of the major characteristics of this is they are reversible. They are reversible. They are non-directional response to stimulus. They are reversible, and they after some time they again go back to their normal form. So now if we talk about nervous coordination, nervous coordination can be basically comprises of the three major parts: brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Suppose this is a brain. This is the normal structure of human being. This is brain. This will be the spinal cord. Brain, spinal cord, and these structures coming out from different brain and spinal cord. These are what? These are nerves. So brain, spinal cord, and nerves, this constitute the nervous coordination. So on that basis, types: central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. So which one is central, which one is peripheral? Central nervous system, see, this is brain, this is spinal cord, this lies in the center of the body, right? Center. So this brain and spinal cord comprises the central nervous system. Central nervous system, brain and spinal cord. And periphery means nerves are found in the sides. So in biology, sides are called periphery. So peripheral nervous system is the nerves. So brain controls mainly voluntary and involuntary functions. So what is voluntary and involuntary functions? Voluntary means suppose I'm picking up my hand, picking up my leg, or you are working out in gyms. All these are what? Voluntary functions. Involuntary functions means whatever functions and the process going on in our body, like beating of heart, metabolism process, digestion process, all these are involuntary functions. Both the functions are controlled by brain. So now spinal cord. Spinal cord, what? It connects brain with different parts of the body. Brain is there and different parts of the body it connects with the help of spinal cord. Any information from brain to the body, it will have to go through the spinal cord, and from brain also any information you have to send to the body, it will be transmitted through the spinal cord. So now peripheral nervous system, it mainly comprises of nerves. So nerves are of two types, cranial and spinal. Cranial nerves are nerves coming out from the brain, and spinal nerves are nerves coming out from the spinal cord. Main function is to carry messages from and to central nervous system. They carry messages from central nervous system and to central nervous system. Their main function is this. Here one thing, spinal cord acts like a manager of the brain. It connects brain with different body parts, so it acts like a manager of the brain. So now if peripheral nervous system, if we see, it is divided into two main parts: somatic nervous system and automatic nervous system. Somatic nervous system means control voluntary muscles, and automatic nervous system, it controls involuntary muscles. Again, voluntary muscles, we can pull our hand up and down, like legs and hands, all these are voluntary muscles. So these muscles are controlled by somatic nervous system. Automatic nervous system control involuntary muscles like beating of heart, digestion process, metabolism, all these are automatic nervous systems. If we see automatic nervous systems, again it is of two types, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic means arouses body to expend energy. That means it energizes body. Parasympathetic, just opposite, calms body to conserve energy. Sympathetic we can also call commonly known as fight and flight response. It energizes body, but in parasympathetic it conserve energy. It is also known as rest and digest. So all these are basically the basic concepts of control and coordination. Thank you.